China, please?
Please.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you. Are you letting China off the hook for these 90 days, and do you really believe that they will follow through with non-tariff barriers and remove those?
Non-monetary tariffs, yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to follow through. I think they want it very badly. I think they want the deal very badly. Again, this doesn't include the steel tariffs that I put on a long time ago that Biden tried to get off, but he couldn't get them off because it was too much money. You know, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China, what a lot of people don't know, but we put on the tariffs originally. And if I didn't do that, we wouldn't have a steel industry today. Now we have a thriving steel industry. It'll be thriving much more with what we're doing because this is the next level. But it doesn't include that, doesn't include cars, doesn't include pharmaceuticals when we do that. And the reason we're doing that will be to get them to come back in the country. You know, there are, again, I always say it because a lot of people forget, but if a company like Eli Lilly, which is making a massive investment in the United States right now, they're building many, many plants. They've already started like 7 of them, many plants, but they are not going to be tariffed. There's no tariff cost. So they're all doing that. They're all coming back to the United States. I mean, I'll tell you what, I hope I get the benefit of watching this because, as president, because, you know, it takes a little while to do this stuff. And we're doing it early in the administration. If you think of it, we have, I believe, if you look at the real total, it's over $10 trillion committed for plants and factories. Other administrations haven't had $1 trillion over a 4-year period, even over an 8-year period. We have over $10 trillion committed in one form or the other over 2 months. Give me a break. I'm here to hear 3, but let's give me a break on the first month. We want to get acclimated. But, you know, but if you think about it, it's really 2 months. And so in 2 months.
Yeah, so first off, what I want to do is give a major congratulations to the president for the China pause that he has set up. Yeah, it's only 90 days. I was kind of a bit curious. I was kind of curious too about it. You know, like a 90-day pause. Really, like what is that? You know, like are you just like trying to like push the time out? Like what's going on? So, I mean, he seems pretty optimistic about it. I'm hoping that you know, like this moves on and you know we get things settled. You know, like the 10%. That's looking pretty nice as the baselines. You know, yeah. So. I mean, I just hope it all moves forward from there. Honestly, man, I'm loving it. You know, like, I mean, I know there are issues right now as far as, you know, like getting people to work in these factories that we already have, you know, these industrial factories that we already have, you know. But I mean, I think that if we keep going this way, if we keep pushing conservative values, merit, hard work, you know, and letting our younger generation know that, hey, you don't have to, you know, spend $100,000 on going to college to be in debt, you know, to make good money. You don't have to do that, okay? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am very optimistic. Things take time, like he said. You know, he's getting things done early on. You know, it's only been 4 months. You know, I mean, you know, all we can do is just sit back, wait, and watch how things go. We'll go ahead and get to the next one that I wanted to talk about, which was the big, beautiful bill that I'm hoping that they get through. So if you don't know, I believe that they're going to try to push it, or they're going to try to wait until the reconciliation process to pass the bill. The reason why is because it lowers the Senate's threshold from 60 to 51. So pretty much you don't need a majority, like you don't need 60 votes. You need like a majority, 51 votes pretty much to be able to pass a bill, right? So, and the reconciliation process allows the party in power to effectively, like skirt the minority and pass broad pieces of legislations. But they have to address taxes, spending, and or the national debt, right? So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've seen definitely a few videos specifically on CNN, them trashing, the bill, or, like saying that like there are some Republicans against the bill. My thing is, look, if there is something that the people aren't seeing about this bill, and if Republicans are not on board with this as much as the media is saying they are, then I really do think that they should say something. You know, if there are things in there that people should probably look into first, I think that that is something that they should definitely tell people. I do not agree with the, sitting around with your head in the sands. Yeah, pretty much waiting until, you get the go ahead, But I mean, hey, we'll see. I've looked into the big beautiful bill. There are a few things that caught my eye. You guys, you can go here too. It is on the what is it? The Way It Means website. But like, yeah, you can see here. They have like the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and then enhanced deductions for seniors, no tax on car loan interest. There's a few there's a few good ones. Deductions for seniors too, also. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be excited for that. See, like a lot of people got to understand though. Like they say that he's going to be cutting Medicaid. Medicaid has to be cut. So from what I understand and based off what I've read and listened to from the president and anybody else who spoke for him, is so they're going pretty much what they're going to do is they are revamping the whole system, right? They are adding in requirements, right? It makes it harder for people to commit fraud when it comes to these benefits, like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and yes, and obviously the Democrats are going around running saying, he's taking away the Medicaid, we ain't gonna have no Medicaid, No, okay, I think he's doing a good service. I mean, because I think if he adds in these extra measures, it makes it a lot harder for people to commit fraud or, identity theft. Like it makes it harder for these things to happen. Okay. One of the things that I heard a Democrat say was, oh, well, what about older people who can't drive, right? What about people who can't, move around, they have to do it online. Well, I'm sure there are ways for people to be able to do that, right? And I'm also sure that people will be able to find paperwork that they have, right? Like this kind of reminds me of when the whole thing where Donald Trump, said that, hey, you're going to need to make sure your birth certificate matches. And everyone's like, oh my God, he's taking women's voting rights because they got to make sure that the names match on the voting stuff. Like, come on, man. Like the stuff is common sense. Like it really is. So yeah, so I looked into it and I like some things. There are definitely some things that I would definitely have to look a lot more into. Google some words, summarize some things. But yeah, another one that I think you guys might also like is, so you guys remember I think it was like after you make like $600 through like Venmo or Cash App, it's reported to the IRS or whatever. He's getting rid of that. Yeah, ching. But yeah, so see, Donald Trump is also planning on increasing the child tax credit, right? And so like one of the big things he wants to do is continue the 2017 tax cut that he had, right? He wants to make them permanent. He increased the child tax credit to 2,000 up until the end of this year, right? And if he doesn't continue, or if he's not able to push this bill, then those tax credits will not be pushed into the following year of 2026, right? And also, if you look into the tax, okay, you know what? I'm going to show you actually child tax credit because it shows you here actually, and it's funny because you can actually you can go through here and you can look. Oh yeah. So here's another good one that I actually liked. So certain amount paid for physical activity, fitness, exercise treated as amount paid for medical care. So okay, yeah. So sports and fitness expenses such as fitness facility membership fees are not treated as HSA qualified medical expenses. All right. This provision allows individuals to use their HSA for physical fitness memberships and in this physical fitness for $500 a year. Like I think that is so good. Like this is like I think that is good, and people don't. So like the whole Maha movement, the Making America Healthy Again. I think this right here is really good. Like imagine people being able to go to a pretty nice gym. A pretty nice gym. It says $500 a year for an individual. So, I mean, you can get a pretty nice gym membership for $500 a year. And the fact that you can use, your medical benefits to be able to pay for it, I think that is a huge win. I think it is definitely a big step towards making America healthy again. It's incentivizing, it's motivating people to actually, you know, go out and do these things. So I think I think that is a good one. Let's see, we're gonna go back up here though and look for the child tax credit. Okay, extension of increased child tax credit and temporary enhancement, right? So under the current law, the child tax credit will remain pre-2017 levels after December 31st, 2025. This means that the credit amount will drop from 2,000 to 1,000 per child. The child social security number requirement will be eliminated. A few American families will qualify for the credit as the income phase out levels return much lower thresholds. Additionally, the $500 non-refundable credit for non-child dependents will expire at the end of the year, right? So, provisions. Okay, so this provision makes permanent the double child tax for $2,000, right? It increases the phase-out thresholds, maintain non-refundable non-child dependent credit. Additionally, this provision permanently indexes the credit amount for inflation beginning after 2026, right? Rounded down to the nearest hundred. All right. Furthermore, here we go. Additionally, this provision increases the child tax credit to $2,500 per child for tax years 25 through 28. Come on, come on. Yeah. So I think it's good. So Americans can also enjoy the same privileges, like as other countries have, as far as low cost medical bills or low cost pharmaceutical drugs.